Hey, Mr. Frank, how are you today?
Very good, very good.
Good, good. Do me a big favor.
Sure.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm 91 years old. I still got hair. And that's
That is nice and fitted. It's
do you like
blonde.
that?
Yeah,
Oh, I dye it blonde at the hairdresser.
I got you.
See, it's supposed to be black like my beard, but I like the blonde.
No, the blonde looks good on you.
Looks good.
Something different.
Yeah. And I've done so many things in my life by just following my own thing. You can tell you, just listen to me, and I mean it. You can do almost anything if you want to do it bad enough.
Gotcha.
The few things that I've done, I did some work around our first little house we bought. It was a little bungalow, but then we found a piece of land. Oh, I had the business then. I had put a little piece of land about 10 minutes from business, and I sat down, talked to a couple of people. Now this is in the early 70s. Drew my own plans for the house,
Gotcha.
which was a salt box, and it had a balcony in it. I put all the little things that we thought we'd like. Chute upstairs to go all the way down into the basement for the laundry chute it was, and things like that. But then I got a little tired. I restored 3 cars.
Wow.
I mean, out of nowhere. I never done all that.
Okay.
Then I started to do some real serious cabinet work. I built 3 in a house. The biggest one was in the master bedroom, 19-foot wall unit.
Okay.
It was made out of solid cherry
Nice.
and cherry veneer plywood for the sides. And it had 20 drawers,
And you did all that?
dovetails, and not drawers that overlapped, drawers that fit in.
Gotcha.
You know what that means? You got to fit in that hole. Perfect. And I made 6 raised panel doors. You know what they look like?
No.
That's the panel in the middle of the door extends out.
Oh, okay.
That's a raised panel. And I made them.
Nice.
And we had 2 windows that were in that wall that we went, and I had to do the windows. And it took me a long time.
Man, a man
But
of all
you
trades.
couldn't do anything. I really mean it. Well, not anything, but you could do a lot.
Gotcha.
A lot. You just gotta say, I can do it. Do it, and you'll make some mistakes.
Yeah.
You learn. You talk to people, and now it broke my heart. But we had to get out of New York, and I hated to walk away from that house because I subcontracted it all myself.
Gotcha.
And, took care of everything. Never do that again, but that was tough. But so we started coming out here for the winter, and we kept staying longer and longer. So finally, 7, 8, how long we moved out here?
8 years ago.
8 years ago, we moved out here permanently.
So-
And we love it out here.
So in 8 years, you have been one of the most popular guys here in Boulder City.
No, I don't think so. I try to irritate a lot of people as much as I can.
Oh, you're doing
my
great.
motto's cause a little chaos and then leave.
There you go.
Then everybody's arguing while you're going out the door.
Tell me a little bit about the books you wrote.
Well, at 80 years old, I had an idea for a book, and there was a lady that used to have coffee with it or lunch with it. She wrote a couple of books out about her activities more than anything. And I had an idea that says, would she write it for me if I kept giving her the ideas? She says, well, why don't you just write a couple of pages and we'll look at it. I says, God damn, I'm all right.
Okay,
You like that, Missy?
there you go.
Where's your jammies on? Your hair's a little pink.
I can be any color I want.
She didn't take her rollers out.
No, I told her, but she don't listen.
Oh, you guys are tough.
She said she's running late.
Have a good day, ladies.
Okay.
And so it took me quite a while I had never, ever written a line in my life.
Gotcha.
So she says, she looked at it, she says, that's not too bad. She said, keep going. I said, what do you mean, keep going? You're going to have to write it.
Yeah.
So it took me 3.5 years because I was fighting it all the way. And that was about upstate New York in the late 1800s, where, you know, at that time, and the cities were terrible in the summer. Humid, the horse manure all over the place, and it just, it was tough. If you had any money at all, you went to the Adirondacks.
Okay.
The air was cooler and a lot cleaner. So I a little bit of a science fiction thing, but that was only to get my characters back to where I wanted them.
Okay.
So I wrote the book, and not knowing much about writing, I wanted to be funny at the end.
Hey.
So what I did was, my characters were back in the late 1800s, and they got a job there, and they were going to stay for 2 months to really get a feel for that time period. So they had to come back to the present to get everything straightened out here before they left. So when they tried to get back, they didn't get back
To the right
present.
time?
And I left it, the last line in that book was, Jack, where the hell are we? And I never heard so much, where did they go? What happened to them? Where did they end up? So they almost forced me to write the second book, which was about this area in the early 30s.
Gotcha.
And I think that was my best book. And it was a nice book. I like it. It was a bigger book, and I wrote it in 8 months.
Hey, not bad.
After the first one. And the biggest thing that impressed me that I could write that much was using Word program. And down in the left-hand corner, there's a little tag in there. How many words you've written? 43,000 words.
Wow.
In the second book. I couldn't believe it. I said, that impressed me more than the book and everything. That I, not different words, but so many words.
Gotcha.
So then I got a little bit, and I wrote the third one was about upstate New York in the 30s. Lex Diamond and that crew that were round and around. But I enjoyed it. I'm starting the fourth one, but my heart's not really in it.
Gotcha.
And I play with it once in a while. I write maybe a page or something like that.
That's awesome, boss. Boss, what is it that you miss more about New York?
The spring and the summer when you loved it, but I don't know if it's because you got older or what, but the humidity started killing.
Gotcha.
When it's 85 degrees and 75 humidity, so and plus the taxes kill you.
Okay.
The taxes, it was unbelievable. And here, we have about the same square footage house that we had in New York. And we paid almost half as much tax.
Boss, a quick question, okay? I'm not trying to get too personal. Let's say from the whole years that you've been here, do you have it hard in your 20s? Was it hard for you in the 20s? Like when you were 21, 22 in New York, was it hard?
No.
No?
No. I had an early girlfriend. My first really girlfriend after I graduated high school. Before I turned 18, I had a nice girlfriend. And I was crazy about her. But then we broke up, with kids.
Gotcha.
And from then until I met my wife.
There you go.
No, I did a lot of scuba diving. And I did it was wild. It really was.
Let's talk about the scuba diving. Where did you do any diving?
Well, this is the early days. This has got to be in the 50s.
Gotcha.
And we had the old tanks type of thing, but we didn't do it in the ocean. We did all the lakes around.
Gotcha.
And we even get a little bit under the ice.
If you had a chance to tell your younger self anything, what would you tell your younger self?
you can do almost anything if you want to do it bad enough. It really it means a lot growing up.
Yeah.
You got, through life. You can build a house. Who the hell? I never drew plans for a house and subcontracted it out. It took me almost a year to get it built because I was a lone guy.
Changing here,
all
changing
the
as it
guys
goes.
that I got there to work, they had other regular customers, and I was just a little side job. But we loved that house. We really did.
Well, Mr. Frank, I'm really happy that you're here in the senior center. I'm really happy that you love Boulder City. I mean, I love Boulder City myself.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for this interview. You're awesome, bud. Don't change. Be you. I mean, don't sugarcoat it. That's what I love about you, that you don't sugarcoat anything. You tell us how it is, and if you like it, you like it. And if you don't, oh well. Thank you, boss.
Don't forget, a little chaos wherever you go.
Hey, thank you, boss. Appreciate you.
Take care.